Hey guys, it's Cash broadcasting live from the south suburbs of Chicago where my parents live. I came home for the holiday. Hey, this guy's honking at me. Hey. So I came home for the holiday for Easter to see my family, and Fig wanted to see everybody. So I wanted to come on. I haven't been able to make videos because my parents' house is a madhouse. My sister's there with her baby, so it's kind of congested, loud, as always. But I did want to come on and tell you guys about my trip so far. Good old Shorewood, Illinois has its own set of gang stalkers. So I guess they've always been here, kind of, because I've experienced this my whole life, but now that I know, and I know like what to look for, and it is nicer out, the gang stalkers are out and making themselves known, with their fake coughing and looking at you and smiling. They know what they're doing. So the gang stalkers in Miami, the perps, are better, obviously, than the ones in Shorewood. They're a little bit more, slick with it. The people out here are just extremely obvious, like, for example, and I love when this happens in front of family members, so they don't think that I'm like making this up. So I'm sitting there having breakfast with my grandma and my mom, and this lady just comes up out of nowhere, big smile on her face, asking me about the dog, because that's usually how they start up conversation with me, is about the dog, because I try to make myself look as unapproachable as possible. So she comes up and she starts talking about the dog, and then she's like, oh, well, my dog just passed away yesterday. Lie. My mom just like looked at me like, this lady was like so happy for having a dog just pass away yesterday. So it was just very strange, and it just didn't feel right. My mom and even my grandma were like, yeah, that was kind of weird. So they're doing the same things over here, guys, south suburbs of Chicago. But another thing I wanted to talk about is the airport. So this used to happen to me all the time in the airport, I guess, but I just never really knew that it was like an intentional thing. I always just kind of equated it to some lonely guy traveling, coming up and sitting next to me at the airport, buying me a drink, or just some lonely guy trying to create conversation. But it's really funny because it's always the same exact conversation with the same NLP words and, just creepy stuff that I always just didn't even really think anything of. But now that I know what's going on, no, I'm not calling you. I'm sorry. Say hi. Welcome to Shorewood. So these were not coincidental things. These were things that were basically not setups, but these people knew what they were doing, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm in the airport, I'm walking, I'm trying to find the dog bathroom for Fig, and this guy and his son, looking like Augustus Gloop, are waiting for me. This guy has one of my sensitized logos on. They're waiting for me in the airport, and it's like, it's just so strange. And he's waiting, and of course they want to talk about the dog, and then these other two people come. This lady's got her American flag coat on, and then she's commenting on how skinny my dog is. And these are things that people have said to me in airports before, commenting about my dog. So it's just, and then I was like, I have to get out of here, because here comes the swarm of perps to surround me in the airport. I'm just trying to get on a flight and go see my family, and you guys are saying all this weird crap to me. But it's so, it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to say that I was oblivious or blind to all of this. Well, I was, but it's just so weird how creepy people are. And what else was I gonna say? Like, I know what this is for, because like I know now, like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Before, I used to engage in conversation with people, you know, just talk about I've never really been a small talker, but I mean, at the airport, yeah, like, I will talk to people. But now it's like I don't even want to talk to anybody, and that's what this is for. They take the people, they want the people with the good spirits, you know, that will talk to people that aren't total assholes, and they want them to be complete assholes and not talk to anybody. That's what they're doing this for. So, because now I see people waiting, like, these people were literally waiting for me to say something about my dog. So now when I see those people, I'm just gonna walk right past them like a jerk. So, and it's unfortunate that that's the way things have to be, but I can kind of tell now who's up to what. So I'm glad that that happened in the restaurant, so my grandma and my mother could see what I go through basically on a daily basis. She comes up and she said that her dog had passed away. That's to, you know, make you feel a certain way, to like bring you down a little bit, because then you're thinking about, oh, you know, you're an empathic person most likely, because this is why this is happening to you, because you're most likely an empath. So you feel down. It kind of gets you down a little bit. But this lady's dog did not die because she was smiling. You know, like, I've never seen someone so happy the day after, supposedly, that their dog passed away. So, I don't know. But yeah, that's the life that we have to live right now, I guess, as TIs. My perspective on it has changed. So that is what has helped me a lot. You know, I kind of feel like if you're going to take the time out of your day to dress a certain way, wear a certain color, or say something to me to bring me down, well, that's you. You have the problem. And I think that's what a lot of targeted individuals need to start thinking like. These people have the problem. Like, who waits for somebody at an airport to harass them and comment how skinny their dog is? He's not skinny. Muscular, it's toned. But so yeah, so it's happening out by my parents, and now that like my parents know like what to look for, they're noticing things, you know, out of place. Like, people are just weird nowadays, guys. Like, that's all it is. People are weird and they'll do anything for a buck, and it is what it is. I don't know. I don't really have too much else to say about it. It's just disturbing to me. So another thing I wanted to talk about in terms of my healing, things are going pretty good. So if you read my book Escaping Possession, you know that my childhood, my relationship with my father, not the greatest. You know, he's a good person, but he has some character flaws. But here we are, it's Tuesday. I'm still on a high vibe because I am not taking that stuff in anymore. So as an empathic person, when my dad used to go on his tirades and get all goofy and stuff and start talking to my mom crazy, I used to take all that in, and it used to weigh me down. So I'm at a point now, like, this stuff is still going on, okay? And I'm just, you know, I let it bounce off me instead of absorbing it. So I am happy that I did come out here, so I can see where I'm at in terms of like my family. I think I have more of an understanding of my dad now, so I don't absorb that stuff like I used to. So, because I remember I used to come out here Friday, I'd land Friday and be looking at flights Friday night to go home and just want to go home right away. But I'm actually enjoying my time out here, and I do miss the quiet. Here, I'll give you guys a little turnaround spin. The quiet simpleness of the good old south suburbs of Chicago. It's just very simple, slow-paced life. There's still gang stalkers here, but oh well, I guess they're gonna be everywhere, right? But with that said, that's all I have to say. I do have a lot of information, a lot of videos that are going to be coming up for you guys next week when I get back to Miami, when I get my privacy and my silence back. And what else? And I am gonna start writing again on the blog. I'll explain why I stopped for so long when I get back. But yep, gonna be writing and making videos when I get back to Miami. So everybody say bye to Fig. Fig, say bye. All right, you guys take care. Everybody, God bless, and have a wonderful rest of your day.